How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and today we're going to be opening the Verdant Spring Chest for Don't Starve Together. It is available either through the in-game shop or now through Steam as DLC, which is a first for these items. Apparently, one of the benefits conferred by adding this as a DLC to Don't Starve Together is the ability now to gift it to a friend in addition to buying it for yourself. Now, the original intent here, of course, was to simply sort of showcase the process of acquiring one of the Verdant Spring Chests, as well as demonstrating the items that are available in it. As with past events, there is the option to buy each and every one of these characters individually for $2.99, or the entire collection of those characters for $9.99. As I mentioned before, though, the Verdant Spring Chest does not include any of the items that are not specific to those characters, even though it is considered part of the Year of the Varg collection. I know that might be a little bit confusing. Once you have successfully purchased the Verdant Spring Chest, you'll be immediately prompted to open it, during which the following Verdant elegance will be displayed. First up, there is Wigfrid. Secondly, we have Maxwell. In third place, there is Wes. Coming in at fourth, we have Winona. In the fifth place, we have Woody. And lastly, in the sixth place, we have WX. So there's the entire set. But even though that set did not demonstrate any actual clothing items, you do indeed get the clothing items that belong to the Verdant set for those characters. If you're not familiar with the way Don't Starve Together works for character outfits, you simply go into the wardrobe, and then here you can add the customization. So you'll see all your new skins pop up that you had recently acquired by buying the Verdant chest. Now, each character themselves has a distinct sort of theme going on. For Wigfrid here, it's sort of a grove theme. Grove is a little bit more ambiguous than a lot of the other characters. For example, before this, we had who was specializing in gardening. Her skins were garden specific. Wes is apparently a painter, a bit of a landscape painter in the Verdant collection. You'll notice he has like a painting smock and a lot of paint all over the place. He doesn't have any legs, any leg clothing items, which is sort of a first, I think, for a lot of the male characters, because most of them have leggings. Woody happens to be interested in orchard, or an orchard-related business. He has a lot of clothing items here that make him the Canadian version of Johnny Appleseed, I suppose. And some people have noted his rather abnormally high forehead, which is pretty uncharacteristic of past Woody skins. WX is going for a bit of a wood golem here. I've seen some people disparage its new look as looking too similar to past rugged and beat-up WX skins that weren't received with too much fanfare. Others have complimented its potato-like look. Maxwell here is going for a bit of a druid look. I personally think he looks like one of the high elves or something from Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit, from Middle-earth. There's not a whole lot distinctive here to note about him, aside from the fact that apparently those branches and those leaves are directly attached to his eyebrows and move in accordance with his eyebrow. It makes it sort of look like a unibrow at that point. Now, you might be hearing a lot of noise in the background for this. This is a brief demonstration that I did, and I'll try to mute out some of the noise here because it did get a little bit questionable. This is a showcase for WX, obviously, but the noise in the background, I'll explain what happened here. When I recorded this, I was running another version of Don't Starve in a virtual machine, and it really caused some weird things to happen when I was actually demonstrating or showcasing these new skins here. And I know I could go back and just re-showcase them all over again, but I thought it also introduced a rather interesting concept of what happens when you run too many instances of Don't Starve, basically, on the same host and try to record at the same time. The general premise behind doing this showcase right here is just to give you an idea of what these characters look like a little bit out in the world with their new Verdant costumes. I tried to put it against a nice bright background, so of course I ended up using the Savanna. Most characters showcase quite well against the Savanna. There are obviously a couple of exceptions. I think Woody was one of them. But overall, I think it does a pretty decent job, so you get to see the running animations and whatnot. I don't think I noticed anything unusual about any of the characters here. They all seem pretty normal. If you see the frame rate sort of chugging in these examples, once again, it's because there is a virtual machine running in the background, and I just really need to restart my computer once in a while. I don't know how many days it's been. I could actually check that right now, but it's been a few days since I restarted my computer, and performance starts taking a tank. It starts really... Yeah, you just don't want to do it. It's been up for 18 days, my computer, without being shut off. So yeah, some quirks are bound to turn up because of that, and usually they're performance related. So it's my own fault, but at least it gives me something interesting to talk about here, because otherwise you just have to listen to silence or that loud hissing noise in the background that wasn't supposed to be there, and some occasionally distorted audio. Who knows, maybe this will give Clay inspiration for future events related to Charlie, using that distorted Don't Starve Together audio. You never know. It's little things like that that sound engineers have to play around with to get the feeling they like. So anyway, that pretty much does it for the Verdant Collection Showcase. Thank you very much for watching as always, and hope to see you next time.